I consider it a great privilege to be asked to receive the first copy of the book written by Vijay Kumar on Bandit Veerappan. Of course, I knew about Veerappan before Vijay Kumar, but Vijay Kumar never let off opportunity to be in the operation. It was in 1993 that our SP Gopalakrishnan and a small team which we had given them to assist Karnataka police when there was a need. He was ambushed. He and his party were ambushed in Karnataka. When they were coming in a Karnataka vehicle, they were ambushed and we lost 22 men, including 5 policemen. Gopalakrishnan was also seriously injured. It was at that juncture, our Honorable Chief Minister, Madam Jayalalitha, he went and met all the injured in Mettur and Salem. Then all coming back, he invited Karnataka Chief Minister to meet her to finalize a plan to end this terror. The attack, the ambush took place on 9th. On 11th, we had a meeting in Madras, and I was made the joint commander of the Karnataka and Tamil Nadu forces. So within 5 or 6 days, we started the operation. The important thing about the operation is everyone was a volunteer. It's not like the typical police thing, send one company here, one section here. I had asked for volunteers, and only those who volunteered and those who were prepared to stay in the jungle and undergo the sufferings were taken. Out of that, many of them are here today because they never left the operation. Even on promotion, they would like to stay back. Ashok Kumar was there right through the operation, all those years. Karpusamy was there. And many others were there because they were volunteers, not sent as part of duty. Then we continued. Then, including the very first operation, I was with them. I was in the forest with them. But we didn't succeed. I shouldn't say we didn't succeed because that time Veerappan's gang was 150 strong. With various encounters, trappings, we brought the number to 5 within a year. That was achievement. But then it became very difficult. And only 5 persons to be searched in 4,000 square kilometers of forest, not an easy joke. Here people would say, why didn't you send a aircraft surveillance? But I can tell you, a herd of elephants can't be seen 10 yards away. It was so thick, full of leeches. So it was impossible to track down 5 persons. But still we continued for some more time. And by the time I became the DG and I had to stop operation, get away from the operation. Then after I retired, Jayalalitha came to power the second time, 2001. As soon as she came to power, she sent for me and said, I want you to continue the operation. I will bring Vijay Kumar from Delhi. Vijay Kumar was an important job in Delhi. But she said, no, 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 I will persuade them to send it. So both of you can do the work. So we started, the ambush was on 9th. 12th, we started the operation. It continued for nearly 2 years, but almost all the, even the very first operation, when I went into the forest, crossing the river, uh, Veerappan never expected us to be there. He thought the forest was his and nobody had the guts to enter. He was so scared, we shot 2 persons and he left his wife in the forest and ran away. That's all for his courage. Then it was we who looked after his wife for the next 5 years. And we started the operation. We used to go out in groups, three major parties, one led by Vijay Kumar, one led by Sanjay Arora, and one by me. Then we used to stay for 15 days, 20 days in the forest. We used to carry food for 2 days. Then the rest of the days, we used to cook in some stream or river. Anyway, it all went on for some time. But then, of course, I met with the accident and I had to discontinue. Then later I got my promotion as DGP, I had to discontinue. But Vijay Kumar stayed on. But Vijay Kumar, even those days, he was an important SSG. CM security, he was there. But he will somehow escape security work and come into the forest. He will keep track of our movements and suddenly you will find him in the forest without telling CM, or I don't know what he did. That was his interest. So finally, uh, when she came to power second time, we were called and we reformed the team and continued for some time. Then again, by the time his gang had increased from the number 5, which it was reduced to, again to about 100, 120. Then again we started eliminating them, and finally there were only 5. By the time again I fell ill, and after a major accident, so I had to stop. And Vijay Kumar came again and started the work. Vijay Kumar was ideally suited for intelligence work and working out on intelligence, then converted into field use. He did that and finally he succeeded in eliminating Veerappan and his small gang of 4 persons. As soon as it was over in the night, I think he called the CM, Madam Jayalalitha, and informed him. The second call was to me. I was at home. Then I congratulated him. Then immediately I sat down and started writing a letter to CM to be given early morning. Because before she could announce any rewards, I said all these officers and men should be given one rank promotion. Sub-inspector to inspector, inspector to DSP, constable to head constable, head constable to SI. So that is one. One rank promotion, 1 lakh award. These two only I told you. But when she announced, it was 1 rank promotion and 2 rank promotion for the two SI Vellaturai and driver Saravanan. They were given double promotion. This is all beyond what we had asked for. Then about 1 lakh award money She made it 3 lakhs. Everyone got 3 lakhs. That was her nature. You ask for something, it will be doubled, or even sometime in sports, I ask for 1 lakh for an award, she will give 10 lakhs. But above that, she gave a house site for each one of the 300 STM, which is a great thing. Because 1 lakh, 2 lakhs and all will disappear, but the house site, if you can build a house, it will be for you ever. So that was what she did. So we are proud of working under her, and we are proud of working with Vijay Kumar. And Vijay Kumar is a hero to all his subordinates because I told you 3 of us and some more officers, we never sent them into the forest and stayed out. We led them and slept with them, ate with them. That is how a major operation would go on. CM used to call me and said, who asked you to go into the forest? That's why we brought Vijay Kumar to take rest. So I said, madam, this type of operation, you had to personally lead from the front. And he said, okay. This is how we completed the work. And today, I'm really proud. Vijay Kumar has written a book. Anyway, I must comment on the book only later after I read it. But I know what he would have written. Everything is known to me. But about the secret operations which led to the final show in the... It must be difficult, but of course you cannot reveal all of that. Whatever it is, whatever is said and done, we have done a good job.
Milking of information sitting with me, so we pulled him out from Avin. And Natarajan did a brilliant operation, unbelievable. There was a person called One-Eyed Jack, because he had a squint. He was a very interesting character. He wanted to send him. For some reason, he could not send him because I got him arrested in city. We were working on opposite side without knowing that you wanted Jack. I didn't know that you were wanted. I wanted him in some other way. So we got arrested. This kind of funny, paradoxical situations arise here. So most of these appellations or things were already there, and some of them we gave. For example, the word cocoon was given by me and Kannan purely on this thing. Ops Boston was a word which was invented on the on the fly. As we are talking, suddenly we said, "Oh, the operation is got to be in Ooty." So what name? Instead of calling Ooty, Kotagiri, we called it Boston. What is the connection? T. But Boston was a disaster, and this one also turned a disaster. We never knew that time, but this was so. That's how the names were suddenly.
Okay. This, might be one or two questions. Sir. Veerappan sends a message to Sanjay Arora.
Sanjay, would you like to? Can I ask an ADG senior officer to just stand up, if I don't mind? Sanjay was the tallest of the guys, and Sanjay was 1988 batch. A very interesting part which I have observed in my book. You and Walter were apart by 25 years. In police, in military, even 6 months seniority. I think Bobby Matthews, you know it better. Even 6 months seniority, even 1 day seniority counts. And in Madras Christian College, about quite a few guys are there. The juniors are called Junior Pisar Katan, Jungli. Even if you're 1 day junior. So that is a seniority level. But imagine he and 63 batch Walter, the topper of the batch, they were working as buddies. He was the leader and he was deputy. I used to fit in once in a while on French leave, once in a while. But they were acting. That was the greatness of that. Sanjay, so you are talking about Sanjay.
Yeah, I just want to ask a question. Veerappan sends a message to Sanjay. I would give you 25 crores. You could keep 5 crores for yourself and donate the rest to the PM. So what happens, sir? I mean, I'm sure Sanjay didn't take the 25 crores. But I want to know, this guy had so much of money. In 1995, he offers Sanjay 25 crores. But how much money did Veerappan have and what happened to all the stash?
I don't think he had that money. He believed he was like a share broker. So just speculation. It was just like one of those things. I don't think he had that much. He was trying to lure him. And Sanjay almost decided that he will go to that place. But people like Nawaz and Karpusamy and other people, the hardcore people who said, don't forget what he did to Srinivas. We can't go. So what they did, they went in a jonga, which is a bulletproof jonga. And this fellow has never seen a bulletproof jonga. The guy was hanging around, the intermediary, I forgot his name, Selvaraj or some intermediary was hanging around there. He saw them coming and it looked very different from a normal routine jeep. So he ran away and told him. So that fellow watched and said, I think it's a mini tank or something special coming. And he took, turned this thing, he took to his heels and this thing never materialized. But I don't guess he had 25 crores at that point of time. There were times when he had to pledge his 5 sovereign jewels. There was a situation when he had no money. His treasury was empty. There was such situation. But towards the end, he was flush with funds. That is also true.
That's why I asked what happened to loot, because I heard after everything was over, people were going digging up the forest looking for money.
This digging continued for some time, but I believe it's petering out. The many attempts have been made. I don't know how many people succeeded, but we never kept track of that.
Okay. So, I don't know whether this question can be asked. Was there any favors or anything exchanged for Dr. Rajkumar's return?
I have been very cautious in this part because this is already recorded in several things. It's very easy to throw mud on somebody, but there are two, three, what do you call, evidence, parallel or surrogate evidence to indicate that things were fine in this camp. We saw for the first time lot of 500 rupees note in Salem side, Mettur side, and all the shanties. Venkatraman was the SP Salem, if I'm wrong or right, and he was also seizing a lot of currencies, and the STF was also seizing some currencies. So there is a reason to believe a man was down in the dumps and now no money. Suddenly there was more money was circulating in not only with him but outside. So this impact of the gang was there felt. So commercially there was a boost to the entire area in a limited sense. Therefore, I guess you can guess also, and I don't know from which source exactly it came. There were some investigations going on. I don't think they saw through the full investigation. They could not pinpoint thoroughly, but it is a matter of not exactly investigation, but a speculation, which is reasonable speculation, that there must have been some.
I asked that question because it's part of gossip and speculation, like you said. That's also. And you've brought out Veerappan's astrological chart over here and written about the astrology. So, do you all believe in that? I know you're a believer, God believer, but do you all believe that this astrological chart also helped you in trying to get this guy?
We needed all powers that come to our rescue, so we mustered everything which was going in our favor. This chart was actually through an intelligence operation which suddenly came into our hands. So I asked somebody to go and check up what it is. I have limited belief. As long as, suppose something negative is predicted, you go to God and say that, okay, sort it out. If something positive is predicted, your morale gets boost. So why not? So when the chart came into our hands, we, we went to a place near Mecheri where that Mamutian and that activity was there long ago. He was a senior Veerappan once upon a time in 60s. So there is a community of Valluvan community who used to predict. So I tried to figure out where is this man. He was no more. But it was very interesting that some of his predictions happened to be interesting coincidences.
Okay.
So he says, I do not know how many, there is one, Pollachi Ratnam is here, he knows to predict. He also predicted to me. He said 18th October is a fine day. When somebody says 18th October is a fine day, why not? Why not feel good about it? I felt good and it so happened. So my belief is, reasonable belief is there, but I don't look at Rahu Kalam and all these negative things. Because in police work you can't be depending on this kind of thing. It is opposition with fixed. But there is one thing, whenever somebody said that you ought to be there, you come. Like for instance, there is Jose Tarayal. Mrs. Tarayal is here, my late friend Jose Tarayal. About him I mentioned a few things. He shared certain things with me and said, you ought to come here, you better be here. I tried, I wished, I wanted to, but I could not for various reasons. There are many coincidences which happened here, and I have given credit to the various good work done by various people and how it got finally we were able to clinch. So to your question, whether I believe in astrology, I will leave it an open end. When it's favorable, I feel great and I feel good. Let that go with the tide. When it is shown little negative, I make a very strong alliance with Providence and tell him to sort it out.
So it's very nice that you mentioned a lot of officers' names and government people's names. I just like read a small line from the prologue before I finish. This is one line Mr. M.K. Narayan also read on 18th October. He called you, and PM Manmohan Singh called you, and on 30th October the CM hosted a state ceremony. You mentioned a lot about Selvi Jayalalitha, and even dedicated the book to her. Thank you very much. Gaur, what can you say about your interaction with Selvi Jayalalitha?
This was absolutely above all political and other things. It was true as far as I am concerned. She gave me immense autonomy and freedom, and like Walter said, She was one of the excellent bosses I had. I had total freedom. Never once she put me under any pressure to ask, let us do it fast, or "Okay, when are you going to happen?" For the election time, I think in 2004, she came to Satyamangalam, and during the course of the tour, she just asked me, how is it going? Not even saying when it is happening. How is it going? I said, it's going fine, madam. We are doing our best. Hope to give you some good news as soon as possible. What is as soon was never questioned. And whatever I mentioned, there is absolute this thing. I dedicated her to the book to her and to the searching teams. Not only it's a dual dedication to the search teams which are here.
Yeah, the last paragraph, I just mentioned the names. You said how we all got back. It's a very melancholic paragraph. I mean, it made me feel a lot of melancholy. You said, like, it's like the stars fading out in a movie, and you said later we all got back to our lives, and everyone is doing well, whatever they are today. Like Walter Devaram continues to be the head of Tamil Nadu Amateur Athletic Federation. Shankar Bidari, R. Natarajan, others have gone to down political colors. Kempaya brought into the STF after Rajkumar episode, and Gopal Hosur is retired. Ashok Kumar, Sanjay Arora, Khandan, Shanmuguvel, and Nawaz still continue to be in the force. Hussein now runs a farm, and Rambo, who recovered, passed away in 2016. Jaden died in a car accident 4 years ago. And there's the last line, sir, because I didn't read past the book. Mr. X has apparently stopped his nefarious activities, but I'm told keeps looking over his shoulder. Who's that, sir?
This is one part in which I think all of us should keep looking over the shoulder. But he is a cat. He's a very elusive cat. He's more deadly than Veerappan in a way, and it's very difficult to spot him, even if he is somewhere here present. With that note, I will stop.
Okay, sir.